Hey Gavin, how you doing? I got your work up here, and I think you're looking great. I've got a couple of recommendations. Let's take a look at the writing. It looks like this is your original. Is a compilation of your original written artifacts for the project, but this should be compiled into one report. So in other words, you wouldn't have your citations after each section. You see what I'm saying? They would be at the end. So what you'll do is you'll just compile this into one report and make sure that it's updated to the edits and the changes that you've made. For example, you're still showing quotes over here. You're still showing, that you're using the Dylan piece. You're still showing sketches of the Dylan piece. So this is indicating that this is this is a compilation of your old written reports. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to update these so that they exactly reflect what's going on in the report, and then go ahead and update that and make sure that your citations are listed at the end of the report as opposed to after each individual section. Okay, then the piece looks good. I think it looks great. A couple of things that I would recommend here, just for consistency going through the piece. I think your typography throughout the entire piece is just too large. This is really big. I mean, boy, I'll bet you're pushing 14, maybe 16 point size on that. And you don't need to go that large. You really don't. I think that you're perfectly capable of drawing the visual hierarchy to the type without scaling it to an unproportionate size based on the page size. So I would definitely recommend we reduce the scale of the type. The other thing that I recommend is that you don't need this Industrial Revolution era right here. That should be pretty much given by the visual itself, and I think it is. I don't think you need that. I mentioned before, it's good that it's mimicking the vertical orientation of the smokestacks, but now I look at it and I say it's just not needed. You're getting everything you need from the image in the background as well as from the actual smokestacks. I think that this darker green page over here, it's hindering the layout. What I would recommend is removing the dark green from the page and removing that whole Industrial Revolution, that whole strip of dark green there, and let the page kind of flow together as one single composition as opposed to two very separate and distinct pages. This piece looks good. I think this piece looks good, and again, I'm just going to question the choice of using a serif typeface, and I think a sans serif would probably be better in here. I do. The more I look at it, I'm thinking that it is definitely true modernism. So let's follow through with the modernist typeface. Although you are, we did talk about this because you're mimicking you're mimicking that. You're mimicking the fact that this typeface was used in those magazines. So again, I do remember now. So we talked about that. So that's okay. That's okay. That's definitely okay. This page is great. I love this page. I think the type is a little too big. I would reduce that point size by, I don't know, maybe 2 points. Right now it's about 12. I'd bring it down to about 10 or 9. Sometimes large type hinders the page, and I think sometimes if you really pay attention to the scale of the type in relationship to the size of the page, you can use it to kind of draw your viewer into the page, so to speak, as opposed to, here you're not really drawing your viewer into the page because this is so big. By reducing the type size a little bit, you're creating a more intimate relationship between the viewer and the page itself. So I'm not saying tiny type, but I'm definitely saying that, maybe print this page out, take a look at it, and you'll see how large that type is. All right, other than that, excellent job. Again, going into final, just those couple final things, little comments here and there, and then updating that paper and making sure that paper reflects all the edits that have been made in the work. All right, any questions? Give me a holler. Good job, Gavin. Thank you.